So, hello from Miss Sophie, and hello to my new two subscribers, Sonia and Matthew. Hello, thank you so much for subscribing. And today we are going to talk to one and only my favorite philosopher, Friedrich Nietzsche. So this is how it's going to go. I'm going to ask the question. Just a second. Let's start with this thing. Hello, so this is how it's going to go. I'm going to ask you questions and you are going to answer to me as Friedrich Nietzsche. So this is my first question. How do you reconcile hating a religion and not hating people practicing it? I am, of course, talking about Judaism. You find it so guilty of Christianity. Therefore, you had a lot to say about it, and you insisted you were an anti-Semite. How would you explain that to me as Friedrich Nietzsche?
Well, Nietzsche, if I were to dive into that, I'd say my criticisms are more directed at ideas than individuals.
Yes.
It's about questioning the impact of certain beliefs rather than harboring hatred for the people themselves. Understanding that distinction helps navigate my perspective.
Yes, thank you. And when we read some of the things you said about women, we go, that wasn't very nice. So could you clarify, was it the social position that women find themselves in that you disliked, or was it that you actually believed that biologically they were less than men? Because I would find that really hard to believe. Answer to me as Friedrich Nietzsche, please.
In my view, it was more about challenging traditional societal roles imposed on women. I questioned the limitations society placed on them and sought to break free from those constraints. It's not about biological inferiority, but rather the liberation of individuals from societal norms.
So tell me something about your ideas of people not being equal. I know you were against socialism. So when you said, for example, two acts of wrong suffered from two different people can never cause the same harm, or is it because you believe that there are
Yes,
all
indeed.
this? Wait, is it?
I believed in the idea that people are unique and should be valued individually, not as equal entities. The impact of experiences varies, and one cannot equate the suffering of different individuals. It's a rejection of a one-size-fits-all approach, which is why I wasn't a proponent of socialism.
Yes, I understand that, of course. And two people guilty of the same crime cannot actually be equally guilty or equally punished because of that, because who knows what they have been through to make them the way they are.
Exactly. The context of one's life and experiences influences the interpretation of guilt or punishment. It's about recognizing the complexity of individual circumstances rather than applying a universal measure.
So were you an anarchist then?
I wasn't exactly an anarchist, but I did challenge conventional structures and authority. My focus was on encouraging individual creativity and self-expression, advocating for a reevaluation of existing systems rather than complete dismantling.
Oh, I think I understand now. So, is the thing that bothered you the most the determinism? There's no free will, and there's no running away from anything. Is that what you hated the most?
Yes, indeed. Determinism troubled me deeply. The idea that everything is predetermined challenges the notion of free will and personal responsibility. I sought to emphasize the importance of individual agency and the ability to shape one's destiny, rejecting the concept of a predetermined fate.
But it's kind of relieving, because nobody's guilty and nobody is innocent. I mean, what I wanted to say, nobody is innocent. Everybody is innocent because no one is guilty. I'm sorry I got confused there.
No need to apologize. Your point is interesting. The concept of determinism does raise questions about guilt and innocence, blurring those distinctions. It's a perspective that challenges traditional notions of morality and culpability.
You know, today I talk to you from the 21st century, and we know now so many different things about the brain, about the chemistry and all the biological and physiological processes in the brain. Everything is determined. Like you can have two identical twins, and one can be, prone, they can both be prone to depression, but depending on one mutated gene, one will suffer from depression and the other one won't, even if they share the very, very similar circumstance of upbringing. So it actually is true. Tell me,
It's
it's Friedrich
fascinating
Nietzsche.
how scientific advancements shed light on the intricacies of our biology. While it does offer insights into influences on behavior, the philosophical debate around free will and determinism remains complex. Understanding the biological underpinnings adds layers to the discussion.
Yes, and I have to ask you something about your sister. When you got ill and she took you in, were you aware of the abuse she put you through in those years before you died? Answer me as Friedrich Nietzsche.
No, I wasn't fully aware of the extent of the mistreatment by my sister during my illness, and the dynamics were complex, and it's only in hindsight that certain aspects became clearer.
Thank you so much for talking to me, and I love you, and I am so grateful for you being in this world. You helped me a lot when it was really hard for me to live.
I appreciate your kind words. I'm glad I could offer some support during challenging times. If you ever want to chat more, feel free to reach out.
Yes, I
Take
will.
care.
Thank you. So this is it, guys. I absolutely loved being able to talk to him. And if I said guys, I'm sorry. People, friends, my friends, goodbye. Miss Sophie is signing out.